All right, welcome back, everybody. Today we are talking about multiplying integers, which is the fourth topic of this unit. We just took a quiz on adding, subtracting, and just regular integers and what absolute value is. Good news is those are the tougher topics of this unit, and we are on to the easier, smoother waters. So there are two basic rules with multiplying integers. First rule is if you have one negative sign in there, or eventually if there's more than one negative sign, and we can kind of talk about that as we get there. But if you have a negative sign in there, it makes the whole thing negative. So if whether it's the first number or the second number, if there's one negative sign in the whole problem, it makes the whole thing negative. So here's a couple more examples: -3, 12, -36. That makes this whole thing -28. So come on down here. We have a positive and negative. That makes this negative. 7 times 8, 56. Over here, we have a negative and a positive. That makes this negative. 6 times 7 is 72. Circle those answers. Make sure that I know which ones are the answers. Now, if you have two negative signs, what happens is the first one takes a negative. Now, if you remember what a negative is, the negative is the opposite of something. So if you do the opposite of an opposite, you now have gone back to where you started, and it is the regular, the original, it's the positive. So here you have two positives. Hold on, announcement. So you have now the original, which is positive. So here we have two negatives. It's called a double negative. That makes it positive. 5 times 11, 55. That's a funky looking 5. I promise you that's a 55, not a weird looking 5S. Over here, double negative again. That makes it positive. 4 times 13 is 52. Ba-bam. It's like magic. Word problem. Ding, ding, ding. It's time for a word problem. Scuba diver descends at a rate of negative 7 feet per minute. What was the scuba diver's depth after 15 minutes? Originally, you could have put an M there for a variable because it's per minute. Write a multiplication expression, then find and interpret the product. So we have here -7 times 15, 7 times 10 is 70, 7 times 5 is 35, so 105. Remember, a negative and a positive makes the whole thing negative. There's too much going on there. So that's -105. Feet. So our interpretation, I don't want to write all this out because I'm using a mouse. Our interpretation is now the scuba diver is 105 feet below the surface of the water. Okay. Now, when we have three or more numbers, what we do is I always look at just the signs first before I do any multiplication. Two negatives makes the whole thing positive. And then I start doing my math. So let's see here. How can we make this easier on ourselves? We can't really make that easier on ourselves. It's just going to be terrible. So let's just get it over with. 7 times 9 is 63. 6 times 63. 18. Carry that. 36 plus 1 is 37. So it's 378. All right. Sometimes you just got to use a paper and pencil. You can't do it in your head. No big deal. Over here, you have three negatives. So that is going to be a negative answer because those become positive. Then you have a positive times a negative, which makes it negative if you want to reason it out. All right, here you have 4 times 5 is 20. That's a little easier to do in your head. 20 times 3 is 120. Doing it by hand, paper and pencil, no problem. I'm just going a little quicker because of the video. Now you can apply this to expressions. Remember the last unit we did some simplifying expressions. So here you're going to have a positive and negative, which makes it negative. 3 times 6 is 18. And there's a variable that comes along for a ride. Here, there's two variables. No big deal. Positive and negative makes it negative. 3 times 9 is 27. And both variables come along for the ride. So -27xy. Now we have some substitution. You guys remember we did that, and it was a lot of fun. So let's keep it going. 2r s. R was 5. S was -10. So that's 10 times -10 is -100. All right. Any questions, let me know. Shoot me an email. Hit me with a message on Canvas. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.